Today I want to show you how simple it can be to incorporate a dairy-free lifestyle into your own kitchen. I am a big proponent of anti-inflammatory eating. Not only do we need to be eating foods that help reduce inflammation, we need to be cutting out the foods that cause chronic inflammation, and dairy is one of those foods. So today I want to show you a really great way to make cashew cream, cashew creamer, and cashew milk. These are all going to be dairy-free options, but don't worry, they do not lack flavor. They enhance the flavor of your recipes. They are loaded with protein and antioxidants, and so I just want to show you that a dairy-free lifestyle isn't difficult. It just takes a little bit of forethought when you're making this because we do have to soak some cashews ahead of time, but other than that, it should take you about 5 to 7 minutes to whip this up. I do this once a week. It is habit in my house, and we don't even miss our yucky creamers that have really bad ingredients in them. Not only do they have dairy, they're loaded with preservatives and sugars and all of these things that our body doesn't recognize. So I want to show you that dairy-free eating can be quick, but it can also be delicious. First, we need to start with some dry cashews. Raw and unsalted, unroasted, just good old raw cashews. And just measure however much you're going to be working with that week. And you want to put them in a bowl and cover them with the hottest water your faucet will give you. I like to fill the bowl, just makes the water stay hotter longer. Making cashew milk is not difficult at all. It just takes a little bit of planning, a little bit of forethought. And then you just want to cover them and set them out on your counter from 4 to 12 hours. Just leave them alone. This is going to soften the cashews so they blend real easily. Next up, I'm going to show you how to do it 3 different ways. We're going to make cashew cream for our recipes and sauces, things like that. We're gonna make coffee creamer, which is just a little bit thinner, and then we're gonna make good old cashew milk. That's gonna be great for cereals and smoothies and things as such. All right, let's do this. The first one we're gonna make is the cream. This is gonna be great for sauces and soups. So once you rinse and drain the cashews that have been soaked, just throw them in your blender. For the cream version, you just want to cover the cashews with water. We want this one to be the thickest of the 3 cashew milks that we're making. This is cashew cream. Now we just need to give it a blend for a minute or a minute and a half. After about a minute and a half in the blender on high, you just want to pour it through a fine mesh sieve, and you have cashew cream. You can tell there's still some bits of cashew in here, so that's why it's really important to use a fine mesh sieve. Now you just want to take it and pour it in your favorite storage container, and you have a wonderful cream sauce for your soups and your sauces. This will be a great replacement for heavy cream or even half and half. I like to store mine in mason jars. It's better for the earth, and they store really well in the fridge. This will usually last about 4 or 5 days in the fridge if I don't use it up before then. Now we're gonna make my go-to coffee creamer. You basically wanna do a 3-to-1 ratio from soaked cashews to water. And if you like the flavored kind, feel free to add in vanilla, a healthy sweetener like maple syrup, coconut sugar. You can even add cinnamon if you want. Now we're just gonna give this a blend, and this is gonna be the perfect consistency for coffee creamer. This is what I make in my house every single week. You just wanna blend it the same for about a minute and a half on high. I'm picky about the consistency of my coffee creamer. I want it super creamy. So we're gonna do 2 steps to this one. So we're gonna pour it through a fine mesh sieve like we did with the cashew cream. If gave the blender a quick mix, rinse, just because I needed to have something to pour the milk back into. And as you can see, there's still some bits and bobs of cashews in this bowl, so it's not ready to be creamy yet. I rinsed the bowl really quick, just like I did the blender in step 2 or 3, whatever number step that is. And now we're going to cover our bowl with a nut sack, bag, whatever you want to call it. And we're just going to pour our mixture through the nut bag. Like I said, I do this step because I want it super creamy. And then you just strain it out of the bag. And once you've done it through the nut bag, you're just going to pour your coffee creamer into a funnel and into your favorite storage container. I made a mess, but that's okay. This will last about 4 or 5 days as well. And now we're going to make good old cashew milk. This is going to replace, your cereals and anything that you need milk for. I put cashew milk in my smoothies. We make smoothies about 3 or 4 days a week. And this next recipe is going to be perfect consistency for those things. For our cashew milk, it's going to be pretty much a 4-to-1 ratio. 4-to-1 meaning 1 cup of soaked and rinsed cashews, and then 4 cups of water. I'm gonna make a mess. I know I am. That's okay. Just gonna give it a blend on high for about 2 minutes for this one. Now we're gonna do the same thing as before. Fine mesh sieve, big bowl, pour it through. I don't use the nut bag on this recipe. I don't find it necessary when you have more ratio of water to cashew. I feel like when it's more concentrated is when you really need to do the bag. And now we are just going to pour this into our mason jar. I'm not sure. I may need 2 jars. This is great, like I said, smoothies, anyone in your family that likes to drink milk, this is a great alternative. And you have cashew milk. If you know that you have some chronic inflammation going on and you want some more anti-inflammatory recipes and ideas, please go check out my cookbook. It is now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and it's called What's on Your Fork? Easy meals for everybody. I want you to give it a try. There are over 100 meal ideas in that cookbook that you will be inspired for years to come in your own kitchen to help you cook a little bit healthier. I have to go, but I have one question before I do. What is on your fork? Bye for now.